It is Friday, March 6th. I'm Sean Fox at PlayStation News Now, your source of news, rumours, reviews, and video game discussion. Basically, everything PlayStation. So, we're winding down our coverage of the Game Developers Conference 2015. Normal service will resume. But yeah, so far pretty good, right? I mean, as gamers, the new engines powering our games will really come into their own later this year, going into 2016 and beyond. Forget what you think looks great now. Get ready for awesome, because that sleek PlayStation 4 console you purchased hasn't even started to wow you yet. Mark my words. Do check out the GDC 2015 videos on this very channel if you haven't already. They're a good indication of what we can all expect moving forward. Oh, and one more thing. Thanks to everyone for the kind comments, especially regarding the haters and trolls. To whom I'd like to say this. In today's news, Capcom are selling consumers broken Resident Evil Revelation 2 season passes. The report has come from numerous gamers who have had issues with Capcom's newest episodic Resident Evil game. The passes, which are accessible in Episode 1's built-in PlayStation Network store, is costing gamers $20 or 20 Great British pounds and promises to deliver the rest of RE2's episodic content. Instead, all the purchase does is unlock a hunk skin for the game's optional raid mode and takes up 1.1 megabits of the consumer's hard drive. Honestly, I personally think RE2 is a little bit, well, pants, but that's just my opinion. Have you gamers noticed any issues with the game? Let me know in the comments section. Meanwhile, we'll reach out to Capcom via email and update you all in due course. Insomniac Games' Drew Murray has been talking Ratchet and Clank and Resistance reboots on PS4, as well as a Sunset Overdrive possible sequel. According to GameIdealistic.com, Insomniac's Drew Murray discussed various games during a Twitch livestream hosted by Kind of Funny Games. PlayStation 4's reimagination of Ratchet and Clank will feature the storyline of the original, and Murray is saying how impressed he was at seeing it on PS4, implying it looked like a Pixar movie running in real time. Murray was particularly impressed at seeing Metropolis with busy traffic at high resolutions, using words like shiny, stunning, and absolutely beautiful. As for Resistance 4, Murray let slip he may have a personal stake in working on a new game for that series. Murray also loosely mentioned the possibility something new with Sunset Overdrive may be on the horizon, leading many to speculate Sunset Overdrive is already in production and may not be exclusive to Xbox platforms. Now, of course, Murray did not outright confirm Sunset Overdrive 2 was in development, but he did reveal that his team will be finishing development of the downloadable content for the first game on Friday. And since Sunset Overdrive sold so well, it's pretty much a no-brainer. Don't you think, gamers? Let me know in the comment section what you think of that. Now, the PlayStation 4 reimagination of Ratchet & Clank is expected to launch this year. Let me know what you gamers make of all of this. Are you looking forward to Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 4 Reboot? What about Resistance? Could it be a reboot? Or will they put a 4 on the end of it? This is a very much loved Sony franchise, so I'll imagine they'll be taking a lot of due care. I'll meet you all in the comment section after this video, and we can have a right royal discussion. Personally, I really can't wait to see what they both look like. And let's get technical, gamers, as yet another high-profile game engine goes free to use. Ooh. As Valve's sudden entry into the video game engine race with an official announcement of Source 2. The original Source engine powered those excellent Half-Life games, among other IPs, but it seems to have done the trick, putting them right up there alongside rivals Unity and Unreal Engine. Studio founder Eric Johnson confirmed Source 2 as completely free, unlike Unity's much lowered subscription rates for larger teams and Epic's revenue cut of successful projects starting around the $3,000 mark. However, Valve won't be asking for any money at all. Well, sort of. The only requirement is that the game using Source 2 must be launched on Steam, regardless of anywhere else the studios want to sell their wares. Now Crytek on the other hand, they may need to rethink their strategy regarding CryEngine, because as impressive as that engine is, you just can't beat free. It may be time to restart our engines because Evolution Studios, the developers behind the awesome Drive Club, are teasing a new and significant expansion. PS4 due sometime toward the end of this month. The studio have teased via Twitter, simply stating it's going to be special. Could this mean we're about to get the much anticipated replay mode, a USA or UK location with localized vehicles? It's certainly possible. Stay tuned as I'm going to badger the hell out of game director Paul Rashinsky via Twitter until he squeals. Be sure to stick with PlayStation News Now for more updates on what this could be for Drive Club. And Uncharted 4 could be 1080p 30 frames per second, and with partner AI, much smarter than in previous games. Now, just for the record, I want to say to all the stealthy trolls, Naughty Dog did not, I repeat not, promise 60 frames per second. Far from it, in fact. Naughty Dog only stated they were targeting 60 frames per second, and that is nowhere near a promise. But of course, fanboys being fanboys will use whatever ammunition they can to downplay PlayStation 4 exclusives. Why? I don't know, but it's pretty infantile and a damn good indicator of their mentality. Now, in a recent interview with Play UK magazine, who have tried a demo of the highly anticipated game, they've said the final game will most likely run at 1080p and 30 frames per second, but nothing is set in stone. Hey, it's not a bad thing. Look, if you want 4K and 90 frames per second plus, why don't you go spend $1,000 and find a lovely PC, because you've probably come to the wrong place. As far as PlayStation News Now is concerned, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is currently in development and is exclusive to PlayStation 4, expected to launch during the fall of this year. Here's some awesome news that proves that the console war only exists inside the tiny underdeveloped minds of raging fanboys. Because Sony, Microsoft and Nintendo are joining forces to work out ways to tackle the distributed denial of service, DDoS attacks that have disrupted online services over the past year. Speaking with Game Informer, head of Microsoft's Xbox division Phil Spencer says he's been talking with Sony and Nintendo to learn from the experiences and seeks to put customers' minds at rest. Now, referring specifically to the PlayStation Network downtime that occurred over the Christmas period, Spencer said, and I quote, "I don't think it's great when PlayStation Network goes down. It doesn't help me. All it does is put the fear and distrust from any gamers that's out there. So look, let's all get together and look at this collectively. This is an opportunity to share what we can about what we're learning and how things are growing. Those conversations are happening, which is great." The PlayStation Network and Xbox Live suffered significant downtime over the holidays, including Christmas Day. Lizard Squad claims they were behind the attacks and subsequently told Sky News they had hoped to raise awareness of the poor security of these online services. Earlier this year, multiple arrests were made over the DDoS attacks, including that of a UK man from Southport by the Southeast Regional Organised Crime Unit and the FBI. Investigations are still ongoing. Now, we're not convinced that there's a whole lot they can actually do to prevent DDoS attacks, but it at least shows these companies are being proactive, and unity lies in strength, which fanboys being fanboys probably won't understand. So I'll lay this part down slowly. In unity lies strength. Just say no to fanboys who praise their game systems like a deity. PlayStation 4, PC, Xbox One and Wii U are not gods, and if you think they are, you all need Jesus. And finally, here are our weekly new subscriber shoutouts and subscriber special mentions. In no particular order: Ooh Yeah, Anthony Beer, Mojo Benjamin, David Key, Visvolod Kalmaikov, Adrian Macias, Jeff Kearney, Mr. 617 Bean, Dean Whelan, Peter Pan Syndrome 94, Brotherhood of Steel Outcast, Andreas Simonson, Mike Torres, Mark Carter, Amir, Gil Alves, Rickster 480, Fillion Gray, Scott Gibson, Taylor Nelson, Isaac Christian, Gaming Brotherhood PT, Daniel Ebru, The Gamer, Adelaide Cardenas, Elise, Joseph Curum, xbrowns_fan23, Dean Goodell, Thor the Pug, Ian Not Design, Francois Malin, Lorenzo Urbani, Trigger Bossman, Jacket Band Ironman, Gaston Peter, Palo BM, and 1XSLC77XL. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. Special mention to the following pre-existing subscribers: Wolflow, Colin419, Foxing Around, North Wealth Again, Chris Cobra 666, Some Guy and Maru, for being the most consistent in the comment section. To qualify for a special mention, just be proactive with your comments and share PlayStation News Now videos. You kinda need to do both. That's it, pretty damn easy, eh? Which brings us to the end of today's news video. If you enjoyed the video, remember there's a bunch of 1080p trailers. Please poke the like button. Help PlayStation News Now reach more PlayStation fans by sharing our videos. Comment on any aspect of this video. Tell us what's on your mind. Follow PlayStation News Now at PlayStation News Now via Twitter. Show support and subscribe for all of your PlayStation news in one place. You know where it's at. Until next time, thanks for watching.